In this video, I'll be talking about how you can customize a railing object to look like a fence. So here I have a house with a front yard and a backyard. If I go into the site plan, on the architecture tab, railing, I will sketch a path for my railing object. So I will go into a wireframe so I can look at where my wall is. I'll go about 20 feet from the house, and then I'll go up, give it a good sized backyard, go over, come back to the front, and I'll connect again into this wall. So that's the location of my railing. Right now at the top of properties, I have these railing options: glass panel, handrail pipe, and handrail rectangular. I'm going to start with handrail rectangular, finish that command, and then we'll look in 3D. So this is the railing object. That's one of the default options. Okay, so I'm going to zoom into it. We can change the height, we can add additional horizontal rails, and we can even customize the railing shape. So I'm going to select this railing object, and I'm going to edit type. I'm going to keep my handrail rectangular in case I need it for stairs or ramps, but I'm going to duplicate that and make one called custom fence. All right, so now that I have this new type called custom fence, I can go and adjust the top rail. Right now it's at a height of 3 feet. Let me make it 5 feet tall and apply that. So that's much taller. I probably would even want a fence maybe 6 feet tall. So I can come in here and make it 6 feet tall. We can add additional horizontal pieces. So the rail structure, I can edit and I can insert. I'll put a bottom rail at a height of 2 inches off the ground. For the profile, I'll stick to the original rectangular 2x2. I'll insert another one. Maybe I'll call this middle rail. I'll put it at 3 feet above the ground. Same rectangular shape. And this is all applying to that custom fence type. All right, so now I have one at the bottom, one at the middle, one at the top. I want to edit that shape of this rail piece. If I look under families and I go to railing, under railing here, we have our custom fence railing. But if we're talking about the top rail, we have circular, elliptical, and rectangular, right? So rectangular, actually all three of these come from a profile shape. So if I look under profile, we have rectangular handrail, and this 2x2 square is the profile shape. If I looked under circular handrail, we have 2 different diameters for the handrail. And if I looked under elliptical, we have one size of elliptical profile. So I want to make a custom profile shape. I'm going to go to File, New, Family. And I'm going to look for the profile template. So here we have profiles for railing. And in this template, it tells us the top of the rail would be at this line and the center of the rail will be at this line. So it gives us a good guide of how to start drawing. All you have to do is use lines to draw a cross section of your top rail. All right, so I'm going to use from the Create tab, line. I'll start at this intersection and I'll go to the right 1 inch. Then I'm going to go up 6 inches. I'll go to the left 2 inches. I'll come down 6 inches and connect to create a closed shape. Once I have that closed shape, I want to make some unique geometry here. So I'll use a circle at this midpoint. I'll do a circle that's a 1/4 inch radius. And then on this side, I'll do another circle, 1/4 inch radius. I will use this split element tool to split my line and my circle. Split my line and my circle. Then I should be able to use a trim extend to corner to create a corner between the straight line and the circle. I'll do this 4 times. All right, so I have a little notch cut out of this cross section. All right, so that's the shape that I want to apply to my fence. I'm going to save this for class. I'll just put it on my desktop. I'm going to be calling it Top Rail Board. Then I'm going to load it into my project and close the family. So that was a profile. So if I look under families, under profiles, I called it Top Rail Board. And so there's that profile shape. I need to go into my railings and turn it into a top rail type. So right now it's not a top rail type. So I'm going to go into my 3D view. I want to replace these 2x2 rectangular pieces that are horizontal with my new profile geometry. So I'll select my railing. I'm going to edit the type. Currently the top rail is using the type rectangular 2x2. If I click this drop down, if I click that option, there's a button, and this takes me into the type called rectangular 2x2. So I really do need to make a new type. I'll duplicate. And for the name of this new type, I'm going to be calling it Top Rail Board. So in addition to my circular shape, elliptical shape, and rectangular shape, I now have this top rail board option. But for the profile of that would be coming from my top rail board profile. And then I'll click OK. And here I have my top rail board. And this currently is only applying to the top. So I'm going to click OK to show you. That's what we have at the top of my fence. I now want to apply that same shape to the middle and the bottom. So I'm going to select my fence, edit the type. The rail structure here, non-continuous, is where I edit. The middle rail and the bottom rail are still using that rectangular handrail 2x2. I'm going to switch it out with the top rail board. And we may have to adjust the height, but let's take a look. I'll click OK and OK. And there we are. So I think I'm going to keep the middle one where it is, but this bottom one, I wanted it to be right on the ground. Right now it has a 2-inch offset above the ground. So I'll select it, edit type, rail structure, bottom rail. I'll just use an offset of 0. And now it's right there at the bottom. Okay. So there's my fence. CAD Masters offers online and classroom training for a variety of Autodesk software. For more information, go to www.cadmasters.com or give us a call at 925-939-1378. The next thing I want to show you is how to switch out these balusters for something that looks more like a fence panel. So if I select the railing and I go to edit type, the baluster placement can be edited, but right now the baluster family is this 1x1 square post. And it's being used as a start post, a corner post, and an end post. So I need to create a different shape that looks more like a fence panel. And so we'll have to create a new family, a new baluster family. So I'll click OK out of here. I'm going to go to File, New, Family. And we're going to go to the baluster post template. And so here it's given us some reference planes that can be used to stretch the height of the balusters, but I need to draw the shape, the 3D model of the baluster. So I'm going to go start with some model lines. And for the work plane, let's figure out where we are right now. Under Views, Elevations, I'm currently in the left view, so I think my work plane should be the left work plane. So when I go back to Create Model Line, for the work plane, I will be picking the left-right work plane. So to start this off, I am going to be using the Create tab. I'm going to start with some model lines, and then I will create an extrusion. So for model lines, I'm working in this left plane. I'll start from the center line. I'll go 3 inches to the right. I'll go up maybe 2 feet. And then I'll go 3 inches to the left, 3 more inches to the left, down 2 more feet, and then 3 more inches to close that shape. So I'm trying to keep it centered on that center reference plane. I want to be able to stretch this to different fence heights or railing heights. So I need to align to this reference plane. And then I also need to align to this reference plane. And actually the point of aligning is to lock them together. I forgot to lock that top one. Let me grab the top piece and bring it down for a second. I need to use align, select the reference plane, select this top edge. When I see that lock symbol, I need to lock them together. That way, if the baluster height changes, my object will change. All right, so I have locked the top edge to that top work plane. I've aligned or locked the bottom edge to that bottom work plane. I want to now extrude this to give the thickness. If I look in 3D, it's just a flat rectangle. So I'm going to go to Create tab. I'm going to show my work plane. My work plane's not going in the right direction. I can set the work plane. I believe it should be set to the left-right direction. Yes, now it's parallel with my object. I'm going to go back to Create Extrusion, and I'm using pick lines to select the lines that I've drawn. And I want to extrude it 2 inches thick. So extrusion end. I want to also have it centered on the center work plane. So I think I'll have my extrusion start be -1 inch and my extrusion end be +1 inch. That way it is centered. And then I'll finish the extrusion. There we go. So this is the panel. that I want to use instead of balusters, and then it'll look more like a fence. So I'm going to save this for this demonstration. It'll be on my desktop. I'm going to be saving it as fence baluster. And then I will load it into project and close this family. I'll override the existing version and its parameters just because I have done this before. I'll save my project. And so now I need to swap out these small balusters with my fence panels. So I'll select the railing object, edit type. I already called it custom fence. I just need to replace these balusters. Instead of these square balusters, I'm looking for my fence baluster. For start post, corner post, and end post, I'm going to just choose a larger square post. I'll do a 2-inch square post. Right, and these balusters, I made mine 6 inches wide, so I would like them to be 6 inches apart. So this should work. Okay, okay. There we go. So that's a solid looking fence. The only thing is my dimensions are a little off, so I have a gap here. So I just need to make sure the length of my fence makes sense with the balusters and corner posts that I've chosen. But that's the basics on how to customize your railing to look like a fence. CAD Masters offers online and classroom training for a variety of Autodesk software. For more information, go to www.cadmasters.com or give us a call at 925-939-1378.